So, we got some things to talk about. Fresh start right there for Sauce Gardner. Because, yes, he is now on the Indianapolis Colts. We are rocking the 7-2 Colts, who are currently tied with the Patriots, the Colts, Broncos for that 7-2 record. And let me real fast go ahead and save this franchise so we can do multiple simulations. But if I do best team available, the sad part is our boy Danny Dimes gets benched. So I got to keep Danny Dimes as a starter because he is the starter. But we did add Marvin Harrison Jr. to the squad. We took away the wide receiver Mitchell, and we did add Sauce Gardner. So this is what the squad's looking like. It's looking pretty sexy, to be honest. And I think that already being 7-2 is going to help out a lot. Now we have to add in the fact that we have to play in London. Not London. This is Berlin. Bonjour. They play in like an hour. And by the time we're watching this video, they've already played. Well, they're playing at the time we're watching this video. Bonjour? I think? I don't know. Anyway, though, they have a bye week after playing in London, which is pretty nice, to be honest, because there is that whole getting jet lag thing coming back to the States. So, starting off, they lose to the Chiefs. Ugh. As always, I got to show you guys this. We forced advance every single game up to week 9, excuse me. So, for example, you can see week 10, it says none right here. Also, week 10 and week 11. Wait, hold up. Week 10, and then bye week, and then week 12 on. So, it says none because I had to force advance all the way up to week 9. So, it would be accurate rosters. I always got to show that because some people cheat on YouTube when they do series like this. We don't cheat over here. We just watch Daniel Jones ruin the team in Madden, but in real life, he's actually good. This might get really bad. Okay, they beat the Seahawks. Then they played the 12-2 49ers. They beat the 12-2 49ers. Okay, maybe Daniel Jones is him. Maybe Daniel Jones is actually him, and I just don't know ball. Maybe I just don't know ball, boys. And they go 11-6, and they make the playoffs, but they do not win a division. They actually go 7 seed. So that's a interesting concept. So for some reason, is this a visual glitch, or did he actually play? Hold up, I gotta check this. There's a chance that our boy got benched because the CPU is stupid. No, he did not get benched. Okay, so we saw this before in a previous video. I don't know why Madden does this. I have no idea why. But for some reason, you can see Anthony Richardson Sr., wow, did not play at all. He did not play one snap in this season in this sim, okay? For some reason, it always gives the other quarterback stats. I don't know why it does this. I think it's because when you force advance and you force sim, for some reason, the game is like, we have to give both quarterbacks stats. But the quarterback are not getting stats like in the actual games. So, nonetheless, though, 1,600 yards, 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. What does Daniel Jones have in real life? It's more my question. Daniel Jones stats. He has 2,400 yards in real life. I don't know how he has 16. Okay, well, you know what? Madden might be a little bit broken. I think I know what it did. I think it gave him 0 across the board stat wise going into week 10. So this is his stats from week 10 to week 17. It didn't calculate his stats before that because I forced advance all the games. And no, Anthony Richardson was not starting those games when I forced advance. This just does this for some random reason. But this is it. I think that's what happened. Or Daniel Jones was benched the whole entire first part of the season. Listen, it's Madden. It is what it is. All we care about the second part of the season. Marvin Harrison, 289 yards and 3 tutties. What? Okay. let's just see how this playoffs go. We're going to do a second sim, and I'm going to put him as a slot receiver, and losing the first round to the Chargers. Just absolutely choke job there. Danny Dimes, 160 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 sack. Okay, so we're going to redo this because this is kind of getting a little bit funky. And it's not me that's smelling this time. All right. Let's go through this little caveats here. And what I want to do, we go to just lineup. Best team available. We're going to put in Daniel Jones, not Anthony Richardson. And yeah, okay, everything else is correct. What we want to do, though, is we want to go to depth chart. And if I go to depth chart and I go to my slot receiver, instead of Josh Downs, I put Marvin Harrison Jr., that should, in theory, let this work better. Should. So, again, I think Anthony Richardson was the quarterback when I simmed all those games at the beginning. So that was actually not a glitch. That's actually a real thing. And they just lost to the Falcons. So I don't understand. There was a time where I made a video and it was a glitch. And we went through the whole entire thing. But this, I don't think is a glitch. I think this was actually just a stupid thing. Why do they keep losing? Danny Dimes. Okay, Danny Dimes. You know you could not lose, right? Thank you. 12-2 49ers. They lost by 3 points. They keep losing games that are so close. Okay, so they're in this weird spot. That is the Colts. Where they missed the playoffs at 10-7. What? Oh, three teams made the playoffs from the Chargers division, the AFC West. All right, so yeah, so I think this is actually not a glitch. This is just the game is the first 9 games was simmed with Anthony Richardson. Okay, that's pretty much what I'm getting out of this. 15 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 2,000 yards since we started this video. You know, concept wise, Harrison had 771 yards and 9 touchdowns, so did a lot better than the first time. But we're gonna do another sim, and we're gonna put him as slot receiver again. I think that's working out a lot better than holding him with the other thing. Daniel Jones is not it in Madden, man. Like, this always happens whenever a player goes off in real life and just becomes an absolute gem and a superstar, right? It's hard for them to replicate that in Madden because Madden's like, hey, that guy sucks. And, you know, that guy in real life might be doing good, but in Madden, he still sucks. So unless I like bump his overall up like crazy amounts, he's gonna still suck. So I'm not gonna boost up his overall. I was thinking about doing it, but no, we're not boosting up his overall. He's gonna have to get good. He's gonna have to get some ball knowledge. All right, we're gonna stim right to the playoffs. We're gonna just do this. This sometimes can help out. It sometimes makes it so that it doesn't glitch and do stupid stuff. So that's the hope, at least. That's the goal here. We went 12-5 and made the playoffs. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's get 12 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. You know, you surprise me a little more every day. Marvin Harrison Jr., 479 yards, 6 touchdowns. Okay, 13.5 sacks, 5, okay. Let's just get right into it. We played the Chargers again. Last time we lost in the wild card to the Chargers. This time, we beat them. Hey, let's go. Okay, I'm talking about. I knew we would. 107 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's another thing that happens. Once you get to the playoffs, like all these Hall of Famers I add to these squads, they start playing really good in the playoffs. They don't play good in the regular season, but they play good in the playoffs, which is always weird. I guess it makes sense, but still. 45 yards in a score, and the only score of that game by Marvin Harrison Jr. So, yeah, didn't go as well as I would want to, but I think it's because of Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones just isn't him, bro. He isn't him in Madden. In real life, he might be him. In Madden, he's not him. So, Yeah, that's the negative here. But tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. See you guys next one.